It's that time that we like to all go to the circus, the Barnum and Baileys. You get excited, you watch The Greatest Showman, and you know that Barnum and Bailey were the champions of the different. Except they weren't. That movie was a fluff piece. I'm kind of curious to see who actually paid for it, if it was one of their descendants, because that's not who they were at all. Barnum actually gets his start by buying an elderly black woman in New York when that was actually illegal. Slavery was outlawed, but he gets around it by saying that he's leasing her, and he didn't actually buy her, so... Yeah, and then he rips out her teeth so that she appears older than what she actually is, claims that she's 160 years old, and then claims that she is the wet nurse of George Washington himself. She wasn't. And then after this poor woman dies, he already made enough money off of her to begin with, but when she dies, he actually has an autopsy to prove that she was 160 years old, further destroying this poor woman's autonomy. Then, he makes enough money off that he opens up his museum, and he finds a 3-year-old who hadn't grown since he was 3 years old, names him General Thumb, and then parades him around, teaching him how to dance and sing, and exploiting his labor. His human oddities were not celebrated, but were actually dehumanized and presented as specimens, not like, good things. He actually went over to indigenous areas and stole people illegally, and then put them on display like aboriginals. Wild men, that's what he did. That's what he called them. He used bull hooks and whips and chains and pokers and hot pokers all on the animals that he had, and did not treat them with respect. In fact, the 2 whales that he had in the basement are going to boil alive when his whole museum burns down. Now, the movie makes you believe that it was done by angry citizens that didn't like the diversity of the museum and the circus, except for the fact that, nope, we know that it actually burned down, likely due to a faulty furnace, which was also likely due to improper maintenance. So yeah, Barnum and Bailey weren't exactly good human beings and probably shouldn't be celebrated.